So now that we know a little bit of everything, we're going to cover the basics. So we're going to go and talk about the architecture. So the main container of everything is called a cluster, and a cluster is basically a collection of nodes, and it's universally identified as the Elasticsearch. So what is a node? A node is a server that stores data. And this is one of the metadata that we were trying to deal with when we were uploading data into the Kibana. And you can definitely change the name of this metadata because its name is like _UUID. So you can rename it as node number, node ID, something along those similar lines. As you can see, a node contains documents, and we will talk about this real soon. Then we have an index, which is a reference to a collection of documents that are similar. So why would different documents point? Why would different documents in different nodes point to the same index? It's because the node has a limited amount of space, and therefore this will make the distribution of the documents to rely on multiple nodes, and therefore we need the index, and that's why the index exists, because similar documents may be stored, may exceed the capacity of the node. The process of actually distributing the data is called sharding. So one index gets divided into different shards. We can define the settings about this. So we can define having a collection of data in 2 shards only. And then the very basic form of information is a document, which is a JSON object. So I hope that is that clear. So let's just go through it one more time. The cluster is the main container. The node is a subdivision of the cluster. The index is one reference to multiple documents inside multiple nodes, or one node, like the document can be that small too. The process of sharding is dividing one index into multiple nodes, and the very basic unit of data is called a document or a JSON object. Now we are going to talk about the complete Elasticsearch. What is the Elasticsearch? Bear in mind, you don't need to have all 3 components. We are only using Kibana, and we're creating some development tools from the Elasticsearch, but we have not yet implemented Logstash, and that is definitely something we want to look at. So the 3 components are data ingestion, which can be done through Beats or Logstash. We can search, analyze, and store through the Elasticsearch, and we visualize data through Kibana. Now the Logstash, what we're trying to perform is, and if you want to take a look at this, that would be really helpful. But the thing is that the data that is coming from the Kubo toolbox is a CSV file, which is comma separated value document, and it's not perfect. It's not perfect because once it gets fed onto the Kibana, it goes through a process called dynamic mapping, and basically the Kibana is deciding for us what's the best way of arranging all the data that we're given it into JSON objects. And this is also challenging for the fact that we now have to think of our surveys as JSON objects. So definitely we need something like Logstash to parse all the data from the Kubo toolbox into something that will generate the best form of data in the Kibana. And finally, this is what a JSON object looks like. It has a name and a value. On our next module, we will look more at developing tools from the Elasticsearch. So see you there.